Okay, so right now we are going to start a new small project. What is this project is about? Well, when you are learning programming, you might not be able to relate to some really big project because especially when you are learning the basic. But I will try to give you an example that is really close to the real life applications. Let's say that you have your computer. This is your monitor. Okay? And let's say that you have a drag and drop functionality. So this is an image right here, all right? And this image can be dragged and dropped all the way to wherever you want it to go, okay? You can drag it and drop it here by just holding and then dragging to the other side, all right? Now, every image consists of pixels, right? It is those lighting small things that give the image the shape it has, right? And every pixel right here has a coordinate on the screen. So let's say this is my screen, and let's say that this is my X and this is my Y. Now, for example, let's say that this pixel has a coordinate of 50 on the X and 30 on the Y. Now let's take another pixel, and it is this one. This one is moving towards the Y, as you can see, and the X is the same, right? I mean, this value and this value have the same X, but they have different Ys. So this is X and this is Y. So it has the same X, and Y is increasing, let's say, by 1 for the next pixel. And we can continue sweeping all the Ys, right? Same thing, if we go to the right, this pixel, for example, has an X of 51 because we moved only one unit to the right, and it has the same Y because we are only moving to the right, we are not moving up and down, so it would be the same Y. Alright? Next pixel would be 52, 31, and so on and so forth. As you can see, we end up having multiple coordinates, and here where I will link the drag and drop for you to this concept. Now, when you drag and drop, what you are telling your computer is change all the coordinates of this area from the screen to those coordinates. Okay, so maybe by just changing from here to here, we are shifting all the x's by, let's say, 200 pixels, and we are shifting all the y's by, let's say, 10 pixels. Okay? Because when you are moving it, you are actually shifting all the pixels with the same amount on the x and with a certain amount on the y, right? Does this make sense? I mean, this pixel will be here, this one will be here, here. They are just moving from one area to another area with a fixed ratio. I mean, if this ratio is not fixed, what does this mean? It means that the image will not keep its form. If this pixel changes to here and the second pixel changes to here, you will have some really messed up image. Okay? So here where we will be creating a small function that will take coordinates and it will translate it with a certain x shift and a certain y shift. Okay? Let's see how we can do that in Python. Alright, so let's work on our small algorithm which will be shifting pixels to any direction we want. Let's assume that I have a picture with the size 4 pixels by 4 pixels. And let's assume that my whole screen is 16 pixels times 16 pixels. Okay? Alright, so let us first define our pixel for the image. So this is the image pixels, and we said it's going to be 4 by 4. So let's create a list inside the list. Alright, so this is the first row. It has 4 pixels. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, second row, also 4, also 4, and also 4. So we have 4 by 4 image. each one of those is the pixel location. Now, I'm going to assume the following. This is my screen. This is 16 by 16. And my image is at the left top portion. This is a 4 by 4 image. Now, we're going to do some operations to move this right, like that, and then some movement left. All right? Let's do this shifting. So let us fill the position. Since it will be at the top left, it's going to start from position 0, 0. Then we are moving in the x-axis, right? Because this is a row. So y will be the same, x will move. So it's 1, 0, 2, 0, and 3, 0. Now we are moving in the y direction. So this is going to be 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 3, 1. Next, this is 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, and 3, 2. Finally, we have 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and finally 3, 3. Okay, this is my pixels. Now, how can we implement the shift? We will be utilizing the for loops. We are going to say the following. For I in range between 0 and whatever the length of my image pixels. What are we saying here exactly? What we are saying is, I want this I, this counter, to loop over every position individually. Remember, a position has an X and a Y. So every single position we will be looping through them. All right? Now, we are saying loop from 0 to the length of image pixel. Remember the len function we have talked about? It means that it will see whatever the size here we have, and it's going to go to all of them. All right? So, what are we going to do? Let's say that my goal is to shift the x-axis, okay, in the positive x-axis, 3 pixels, meaning 3 pixels to the right. All right? So, I am intending to move the index 0 of every position by 3 pixels. How would we do that? We need to replace this index right here for every position. How can we replace it? We need to say image pixels I, and what do I want to change? Remember, I am changing the x, meaning index 0 is going to equal to image pixels I0 plus 3. So, since we are looping, this portion right here, only this portion, is related to looping through those. Now, this portion says that while you are looping through those, check the index 0 and replace it with, again, same. Let's say we are at the first element, index 0. What is the value of image pixel I0? Well, assuming I is 0, it means that we are at this cell and we are looking at the 0 index, meaning this one, and we are replacing it to whatever value it is, which is 0 in this first element, and we are adding 3. When I equals 1, we will be jumping here, so it will be image pixels 1, 0, so it is this one, right? Because this is the 1, and this is the 0, and we are adding 3 to it, so it is 1 plus 0, it's going to be 4. All right? Now, if I simply print my image pixels, as you can see now, all the x positions was increased by 3. Can you see that? It was 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it is 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 0, 1, 2, 3. Again 0, 1, 2, 3. Again 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Now, let's say that after that I want to shift by 2 positions, 2 pixels down. So shift y-axis 2 pixels to, or let's just say downwards. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy all of this, add it here, and all I need to do is just to change that. I want to change the y's, not the x's, right? And I'm gonna move it by 2 pixels. Now let's print again. Now this is the second print. As you can see now, all y's were increased by 2. So we have all 2's right here, all 3's right here, all 4's right here, all 5's right here. Okay, so we have completed this small exercise.